have another little breath experiment to compare the different capacity levels between chest breathing, belly breathing, and pelvic floor breathing. I'm going to use a balloon to measure how much air I take in. For the first 3 rounds, I'm also going to use the Kegel type of exhale of the pelvic floor so that I can really get the full amount of air that was in my body into the balloon. Then I'll go back and show the difference between a typical belly breath and pelvic floor breath. We'll start with mouth breathing into the chest. Now belly breathing through the nose. And now pelvic floor breathing. Here you can see the differences. These are pretty comparable because we're getting so much breath into the lungs, but with the mouth breathing and the chest breathing, we're not moving our organs or our diaphragm or our pelvic floor, which can lead to tension, sickness, dysfunction. With chest breathing, we can get air into the body without using the pump, but we really want to incorporate the pump of the body. The transitional belly breath helps us to awaken that diaphragm, learning how to move into our body using that pump. You can think about it like the hymen of the breath. And then we move into integrating the full channel of the torso. This helps to cleanse our organs, blood, lymphatic system, and to soothe and integrate the nervous system. So with the infantile breath, the mouth breathing into the chest, we aren't utilizing the diaphragm, and we're not using the pelvic floor to draw the diaphragm down, creating that vacuum space in order for it to move downward. Then our body evolves into the belly breathing, the adolescent breath, which helps to activate the diaphragm and break it in, helps us create that relationship with the diaphragmatic muscles, and we can move into the mature breath, learning how to draw it downward with the pelvic floor, creating more length, flexibility, and strength in our diaphragm. So in the first belly breath, I lifted and engaged the pelvic floor to compress the air out of the body so that I could see how much air got into the lungs. But this time I'm going to drop the pelvic floor and just compress the belly to spine as typically is cued in class. Really hard for me not to engage my pelvic floor. I'm going to try that one more time. So when looking at the differences in these 2 balloons, you can see how much air is left in the body when we don't engage and lift the pelvic floor to compress the air out and only use the belly to spine method. So not only are we leaving stale air in the body, but we're decreasing our capacity for our next inhale. For comparison, this is the mouth breathing into the chest, just using the belly to spine to move the air out, not engaging or imploring the pelvic floor to assist in compressing the air out. So now we can compare the differences between a typical chest breath, belly breath, and a pelvic floor breath. And so here is the difference in the pelvic floor breathing and typical belly breath. Hope you found this interesting and helpful. Thanks for watching.